All right, let's talk about something that every single English learner thinks about. You've heard it, right? You just need a speaking partner. You have to talk to native speakers. And it's true, that helps. But what if you can't find one? Or what if you're just not ready for that pressure? What if I told you that the most powerful tool for your fluency is actually you?
So be honest. Do you believe this? That without a partner, you're just stuck? I get it. It feels like this huge wall you can't get over. We spend so much energy trying to find that person, and we feel like we're failing if we don't. But today, we're going to tear that belief down. Now, check this out. This quote right here, it flips the whole script. It says that practicing by yourself isn't a last resort. It's not a backup plan. It's actually a strategy, a really smart one. It's your secret weapon to build real, solid confidence without the fear of making a mistake in front of someone. So here's our game plan. We're going to build your very own solo practice toolkit. First, we'll talk about why going solo is your superpower. Then we'll get into the practical stuff, the self-talk habit, how to imitate like a pro, creating your own English story lab, and finally, the big one, making English your go-to mindset. Let's do this. All right, first up, let's completely reframe how we see this. Practicing alone is not a sign that you're falling behind. It's your strategic advantage. Think of it as your private rehearsal space, a judgment-free zone where you can build your skills. I mean, think about it for a second. Would a musician just walk on stage for a huge concert without ever practicing alone? No way. Or an athlete in a big competition? Of course not. They spend hours and hours training by themselves. That solo time is where the real strength is built. It's where you get to be messy, make mistakes, and build that confidence and muscle memory for when it really counts.
Okay, so how do we start using this private rehearsal space? We start with the easiest, most accessible tool in the box, the self-talk habit. This is all about taking all that grammar and vocabulary that's just sitting in your brain and actually, well, speaking it out loud. And to be really clear, this is not just about mumbling words to yourself. This is intentional. It's active. It's the deliberate choice to use English to talk about your thoughts, your day, the world around you, out loud. This is literally the bridge that takes a word from something you understand to something you can actually use.
And you can start right now. Seriously, as you're going about your day, just narrate what you're doing. I'm making some coffee. Okay, I'm looking for my keys. Then step it up a bit. Start sharing your opinions with yourself. In my opinion, this show is amazing. Or play with possibilities. I might go for a walk later. My personal favorite, ask yourself questions and then answer them. You're practicing the entire flow of a conversation, all by yourself.
Okay, next tool in the kit. This one is a serious game changer, and it's a technique that professional actors and interpreters use all the time. It's called shadowing, and it's hands down one of the best ways to nail the rhythm, the flow, the music of English. The method itself is pretty simple. First, you find a short clip you like. Could be from a movie, a talk, anything with subtitles. You play one line, then you pause and repeat it right away. But here's the secret sauce. You're not just repeating the words. You're trying to copy everything. The sound, the intonation, the stress, even the feeling behind the words. You become their echo. And once you're feeling brave, turn those subtitles off and really test your ears. And please, remember this. The point is not to be perfect. You're not trying to sound exactly like a native speaker tomorrow. The goal is to get your mouth, your tongue, and your brain all working together in sync at the speed of real conversation.
You're building that automatic connection that is the absolute core of fluency.
All right, so you've warmed up by imitating an actor. Now it's time to become the star of the show. Welcome to your own personal English Story Lab. This is where you get to be creative, have some fun, and practice real-life situations through role-playing and storytelling. Role-playing is fantastic for preparing for those real-world chats. Let's say you're practicing for a trip. You get to be both people. You're the traveler. Hi there, I'd like to check in for my flight. Then switch. Now you're the airline agent. Of course, could I have your passport, please? See? By playing both characters, you have to think about questions and answers, which is amazing practice. You can do this for ordering at a cafe, making a phone call, anything. And then you can become a storyteller. This is where you can really let your imagination fly. You can start simple, just tell the story of your day to practice the past tense. Or you can invent something completely wild. You'll never believe this, but today I saw a dog wearing sunglasses and riding a skateboard. The point is to practice building a story, using those connector words like first, then, and after that, and just getting comfortable linking ideas together. So we've arrived at our final tool. And honestly, this might be the most powerful one of all. It's a habit that works silently in the background, 24/7. It is the life-changing power of making English your inner voice by actually thinking in English. So, why is this such a big deal? Because the number one thing that slows us down in a conversation is translation. You hear something in English, you translate it to your language, you form a reply, you translate it back into English, and then you speak. It's exhausting. When you start to think directly in English, you cut out that whole middle step. It's like building a direct superhighway from your brain to your mouth. Thoughts just become words. It's effortless. And you don't have to go from 0 to 100. You build this habit slowly. Start today. Just look around and name things in your head. Phone, table, window. That's it. Next week, try forming little sentences in your head. I'm hungry. I should call Sarah. Then, before you know it, you'll be planning your afternoon in English. It's a small habit that has a massive, massive payoff. So there you have it. That's your solo practice toolkit, fully loaded. You've got self-talk to turn your thoughts into words. You've got shadowing to get the rhythm down. You've got role-playing and storytelling to get creative. And you've got thinking in English to rewire your brain for fluency. I absolutely love this. It just nails it, doesn't it? Fluency isn't some kind of magic spell that one day just appears. It's a muscle. And just like any muscle, the more you work it out, even by yourself, in your own private gym, the stronger, faster, and more reliable it's going to get. And really, that's the bottom line. You don't need to wait for anything or anyone. The best tool you have for speaking English is your own voice. You have it right now. It's free. It's always with you. You already have everything you need to start making incredible progress today. So I'll leave you with this one last thought, a little challenge. Now that you have these tools, now that you know you can do this, what are you going to say first? What's the first story you'll tell? The first thought you'll have in English? The practice starts right now. What will it be?